If your peonies are not giving you those big, beautiful blooms, I'm here to help. Call me the Peony Queen. In this video, I am sharing all my secrets on how I get my peonies to grow at least 4 to 5 feet tall. Yes, they are big and they're beautiful, and I'm sharing that secret with you in this video. Let's get to it. This is just one of my peonies, and you can see how tall it is already. It isn't even May. The trick to growing peonies is to have it in the right location. Peonies like sun, but they don't like scorching sun. So if you're in an area that gets a lot of sun and it's very hot, you're gonna struggle with peonies. Peonies really like the cooler weather, like here in zone 7B in New York. I have my peonies in a sunny spot, but it does get shade in the afternoon. So that's what you want to do. You want to put your peonies in an area where it is full sun in the morning and afternoon shade. The secret to growing peonies is that they are not a fussy plant. This is not a plant that likes to be babied. The more you baby this plant, the worse it's going to get. These plants don't need a lot of fertilizer. You can give them fertilizer in the beginning of the spring. That's when they will benefit from fertilizer the most. You can give them a second dose of fertilizer once in the late summer. Don't fertilize these plants. Let's talk about mulch. Should you mulch your peony? Yeah, you can, but I never mulch my peony at all. The number one mistake that I find people do is that they mulch too much. They put all the mulch at the base of the peony, right at the crown of the peony. By doing that, you're kind of suffocating your peony. This is about 2 to 3 years old. It's not around the crown, it's just further out, and it's the entire bed. So remember, don't mulch the crown, don't push it up like this, because what you're doing is making your peony very hot, you're making it unhappy. Pull the mulch away and your peony will be a lot happier. What mulch will do for your peony is that it will regulate the soil temperature. It will also keep your peony drought tolerant by keeping moisture in the soil, but you don't want to overdo the mulch. If you're not sure, I would just skip the mulch altogether. I've had this peony bed for about 5 years now. A mistake that I used to do is I did not stake my peonies. Before, my peonies were big and beautiful, but they were flapping in the wind. And with those big heads and those big blooms, the stems can't hold those blooms up. So what would happen? A gust of wind blew through the peonies, they would break. The stems would break, and that would happen over and over again. If you want to keep your peonies thriving throughout the season, my suggestion is to get them a cage. They really do need that support. I use 2 types of cages on my peonies. This one you can see is just round. I like this one for the bigger peonies. For smaller peonies, I like the ones with grooves, but just keep in mind, the more grooves you have, you'll have to guide your peony through these sections. So if you want less work, the bigger round one like this one will do the job. When putting on the cage, it's not complicated, but you want to make sure that all the peony is covered like this, and then you push it down into the ground. You want to get it as close to the peony as possible. You can see it has a little bit of buds just right there. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh guys, I am completely excited. I'm so excited. This has so many buds on it. I can see a little bit of ants on this peony already. They are loving the nectar, but look, a bud. And look how small this peony is. It's not completely matured, and it's already putting on buds. So I think the cold winter here in New York City really did help with these peonies, because this is the first time that they are forming buds when they are this small. So I can't wait to see what it looks like in the next couple of weeks. So what about the peonies in pots? You know, the ones they sell at Lowe's and Home Depot. I'll tell you what to do with those. These type of peonies in pots that you see at the big box stores are great for beginners. Why? Because if you get the peonies in the tubers, they usually take about a year or two to bloom. These peonies are already established. The gardener has already done the work for you. So once you put it in the ground, it most likely will give you a bloom that year. So this is much easier to deal with if you are a beginner and you're new to peonies. This may be a no-brainer, but when picking out your peonies, you want to get the ones that are bigger like this. This is just fine, but you want to get the ones that obviously are already established and are already doing fine. But even the trick is to look for the peonies with the stronger, thicker stems like this. This is kind of puny, but this stem is really thick. So that means that that's a healthy peony. You also want to examine the flowers. Does it have any buds? See, this one is already blooming. You can see that bud right there. So this is a healthy peony. This one will probably bloom, but you're going to have to wait. Where this one is a little baby, but you can see this is going to take at least maybe a couple of months, and it may not have that bloom for this season. One bare root peony can have several shoots like this one. This one has 3 shoots. So you want to get the peonies that have several shoots coming out of them. One mistake that some gardeners do a lot is keep their peonies in pots. Now, if you're at the big box stores, keeping it in a pot for maybe a week or so is okay, but you really do want to put these plants in the ground. They love to be in the ground. They love to be in the soil. They don't thrive in pots. So if you have a peony in a pot, I think the best thing to do is to take it out of the pot and place it in the ground. That was the mistake that I used to do. I used to keep my peonies in pots and I would transfer them to a larger pot, but somehow they just did not do as well. They bloomed, but they did not get as many blooms. So once I planted them in the ground, they started to thrive. I started my peonies just from tubers, just like that. But I find the biggest mistake that people do when they do buy these tubers is that they bury them too deep. If you bury the tubers too deep, you will not get any blooms. You may not even get the pink little plant coming up. You look here, you can't see the roots. So you really don't know what's in this bag because it's completely green. So you may get a dry out root, you may get an old root, you may get a tuber that has mold on it. Ooh, it's moldy. Yeah,
it's
see?
open. I don't think it's good.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
that's
moldy.
why.
See,
Maybe
guys?
people check them before they buy them.
Yeah, some people have opened the bags, unfortunately, which is a no-no, but we just saw that the peony was moldy. Yeah, I mean, at this point now, I would not be opening bags, but again, that's what I said. The best thing to do is just get them in pots because sometimes the bare root is not as good or as viable. What I do is I actually feel around the peony. I feel the bag to see how thick it is. I feel to see if it's mushy. I just look around. Now this peony right here, I'm feeling it and it seems a little skinny. So that's not something I would want. You want, when you buy these peonies in the bag, you want it to be nice and plump. You want it to be firm. These leaves look totally different from this leaf, which means that this peony is very different. This peony, I don't know what the color is. I'm assuming that it's red, but you can't go with the package. But if you get this peony, I'm not sure what color it is. So just make sure when you are buying a peony, you examine the different leaves because this peony, it probably is going to be maybe a Sandra Bernhardt, or it's definitely not going to be red, or it's going to be a totally different color peony. It says that it's this variety, so it could be any of these colors. I found the other one, so most likely it's a pink. Yeah, as I said, pink Sandra Bernhardt. This is a pink peony right here. So it's totally different than the other peony that I just showed you. And you can see it has that beautiful bud coming out. Unfortunately, peonies are susceptible to powdery mildew. I had a huge powdery mildew problem in this peony garden. Every season it would be covered with powdery mildew. How I solved that? I did not water at night. I watered during the day, and I did not water during a humid day. I find that a great companion plant to go with peonies are alliums. You can see this one is still growing, and this is, I think, a millennium allium, but they are beautiful when paired with peonies. Sidebar, I just wanted to show you these beautiful daffodils. These are my favorite variety. Just look at them. They are gorgeous. I know we're talking about peonies, but I just wanted to give you a look at my hellebores. Gorgeous, gorgeous hellebores. I got them from Home Depot. You can see that they are living their best life. I have this in a deep purple and a beautiful lime green color that starts white and then turns lime green. Gorgeous, guys, absolutely gorgeous. Now back to the peonies. Let's talk about the ants. The ants on peonies are very common. The reason why the ants are on your peonies is because they love that sweet nectar. Don't worry, the ants are not harming your peony. There's an old wise tale that says that the ants actually help to promote your peony to bloom. I'm not sure if that's true. Let me know in the comment section if the ants have helped your peonies. So guys, I just wanted to take time to show you some of the new stuff that I have in my garden that I believe is going to be a game changer, which is going to make gardening easier for me. I recently got 2 raised beds from Vego Garden. One of them is a self-watering bed and the other one is just a regular bed. But I do love these products because I think it's not only going to help me not bend over and hurt my back, but again, one is self-watering and the other one is just absolutely gorgeous. So if you are interested in any of these elevated beds, you can use my discount code DGVG10. And guys, I would either garden in flip-flops or these boots right here. These are not waterproof and I would get them all soggy and just, it was a whole mess, especially when it rained and the lawn and the garden was very muddy. And now I got these rubber garden shoes. Take a look. They're from Aldi. I purchased them myself. They were $12.99. I'm gonna model them for you. Woo! I can't wait. They are so cute. I love the design on them. Oh yes. Oh, I don't want to kill myself. Okay, here we go. Put it on. They're easy to put on. They are rubber, so that way when I am watering, I don't have to worry about the water splashing on my feet or shoes. They look fantastic in the garden. Yes, yes, I love them. I love them. I got them from Aldi. If you want to check out what's at Aldi, they still have lots of garden supplies at Aldi. If you want to take a look at that video on what they have at Aldi, go ahead because they have lots to choose from. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel, The Determined Gardener. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your family and friends or anyone that wants to grow a beautiful garden this season. And don't forget to hype it. I don't know why YouTube gives you guys so much to do, but if you can, please hype it. Thank you so much. Until next time, guys, stay rooted.